What's going on, YouTubers? It's me once again, your boy RKO2582, here to do my WWE Summerslam 2012 pay-per-view review. And let's not waste any time and get this review underway. Alright, before I get on to the main card, which has 7 matches, the pre-show with, of course, Santino Marella versus, in my opinion, the poor man version of Sagat from Street Fighter, Antonio Cesaro for the U.S. title. And after what I saw, I can't believe it. I really cannot believe that Antonio Cesaro, yes, Antonio Cesaro is your new U.S. champion, and I, for one, am not happy about this. I mean, I know I hated Santino as U.S. champion, but Antonio Cesaro just, it's like I said before, I just can't connect with him. The 5 language thing, it's not clicking, man. It's not showing that he has charisma and all that stuff. I mean, the only good thing about him is Oksana, and that's it. So, cannot believe Antonio Cesaro is U.S. champion. Alright, let's get on to the main card at hand. Alright, surprisingly, SummerSlam kicks off with "Here to Show the World" Dolph Ziggler and Y2J, baby! Chris Jericho. And for what it was, this match, I really was invested in this match. This was a pretty good match. Of course, Dolph Ziggler and Chris Jericho were doing some good back and forth action. I like how it started off when Ziggler and Jericho were chasing each other, then Y2J hits him with a bam back elbow. That was nice. And then Ziggy, he does, he blocks Jericho's springboard dropkick like he usually does. Ziggler was pretty much, kind of proving himself. And then Y2J started fighting back. And then I like that spot Jericho did, that top rope hurricane Rana and all that stuff. And then I like that Dolph Ziggler did that epic DDT counter. And I was just saying, Jericho, with the Bulldog. And I was like, oh, God. When Dolph Ziggler hit the zigzag, I was like, oh, God, it's going to be over. And then 2 count, and then boom, code breaker. And then Vicky got involved, and I know, and even after all of that, Jericho pushes Ziggler onto the steel post, hits his shoulder, and it wasn't the wall Jericho, it was the real move, the lion tamer, and Ziggler surprisingly tapped out. I can't believe it. You don't know how happy I am. So Chris Jericho finally wins the big one, and from the looks of it, yeah, after this, I think Jericho's going to leave. I think he's not going to stick around much longer, but I'm just happy he got the big win and stuff. So I wonder where Dolph Ziggler's going to go from here. Maybe he might get his heat back, or could he finally ditch Vicky? Because he needs to ditch her, in my opinion. So, once again, Chris Jericho, your winner. Next match was, Daniel Bryan versus Kane, and I know most people weren't looking too forward in this match, and it was a decent match. It was for what it was, but of course, D. Bryan, as good as he is, he made it worthwhile. And just when I thought towards the end of the match, just when I thought D. Bryan was going to hit the no lock, but Kane chokeslam tip, and then, oh my God, when Kane hit the chokeslam for the second time in the match, I thought, oh God, and then he was signaling the tombstone. I'm like, oh God, he hadn't done tombstone in a long while. And then he brought that, and then Daniel Bryan locks in with the cradle. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God. Oh, my boy Daniel Bryan picks off the win, a much needed win at that. And I know he doesn't say this word anymore, so I'm gonna say it anyway. Daniel Bryan wins. Yes! 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 Alright, next match on the card was the Intercontinental Championship match between The Miz and Rey Mysterio. And this match right here was really good. As much as I hate The Miz, not a big fan, I'll give him his props tonight. And he did very well. He did a lot of moves. He did that Springboard Powerbomb, that sit down, backbreaker, or the shot treatment if you watch TNA, which is a vicious move. But overall, he did a lot of good stuff. And Yeah, Rey Mysterio stepped it up too, and just when I thought Rey Mysterio after he hit the 619, in the crowd there were some close finishes and stuff, but in the end, Miz finally hits the Skull Functionality 1, 2, 3, just like I predicted. Miz retains the IC title. Next was the World Heavyweight Championship match between Sheamus and Del Rio, and Sheamus needs better competition because really I kind of didn't care for this match too much, but after what I saw, it kept me, a little entertained, not much, but close enough. Um, yeah, I mean, Sheamus, of course, was dominating, and Del Rio doing his usual stuff, attacking the arm and all that stuff. And then when Del Rio was mocking about to do the bro kick, Sheamus started, fighting back, and then attempt the white noise and stuff. And once Del Rio got the cross-arm break, I thought for a moment I was scared that Del Rio was going to win the title, but thank God that didn't happen. And just when like after Del Rio, pulled the turnbuckle after that, I thought that was over. But after Ricardo, he thought he was going to throw Del Rio that shoe, but instead Sheamus catches it and he hits Del Rio and he hits the Irish curse and 1, 2, 3. Del Rio has rule, but I think Sheamus pulled off at the last second, so the referee wouldn't call it. So your winner, pretty much no surprise, once again, Sheamus. And Del Rio was freaking pissed. So I think Del Rio still might chase for the title, which personally Del Rio doesn't need another title shot. But yeah, I think as much as I don't like this decision, I think Sheamus is gonna have to face Randy Orton sooner or later, because at least with Randy Orton, he's like at least a new challenge for Sheamus. Because I think that's the only person that's up to Sheamus' level. You feel me? So once again, Sheamus, you're victor. All right, we had the WWE Tag Team Championship match. You had Kofi Kingston and R-Truth going up against the Primetime Players, Titus O'Neil and Darion. And from the crowd's point of view, they really didn't care for this match, like most people, because AEW was pretty much like the only good thing, and he was the true mouthpiece team, but now he's gone, it's pretty much no one cared. And I was reading some of the dirty thing, like, and they was chanting Kobe Bryant, all that stuff, of course, trying to stick it to, WWE and the Senate, hope she don't win. And, and I was surprised that, when it got towards the end, I thought for a wee long moment, I thought the Prime might pull it out, even without AEW, but in the end, R-Truth hits the little Jimmy for the win. 1, 2, 3, your winners and still tag team champions, R-Truth and Kofi Kingston. Alright, here we go for the triple threat match for the WWE Championship. You had John Cena, the Big Slow, and this boy right here, my boy, your WWE Champion, CM Punk, best in the world. And when the match kicked off, I was so pissed that the Big Slow was dominated. No one cares about the Big Slow dominating. Yeah, and he kind of slowed this match down for me, but of course it's the Big Slow, what you gonna do? But luckily John Cena and Punk tried to make it work. I mean, there were some good spots. I mean, Punk was about to do a GTS. I was like, no fucking way he's gonna do GTS. He's too big. And then Cena was about to do his FU attempt, and then Punk did the same thing. He pushed Cena onto Slow, and then Slow did a spear on Cena and stuff. And then I like this counter move that Punk did on Big Slow, that triangle choke. That was epic. And I enjoyed when CM Punk blocked the 5-knuckle shuffle. That was hilarious. Shades of, when he denied the Rock's peak level on the Raw 1000. That was insane. And of course Punk was mocking Cena. You can't be me, chump. And then Slow gets XCFU and trying to choke, and then Show taps out, and then CM Punk and John Cena pretty much arguing who was the winner, and then my baby, the Raw GM, AJ, skipping her down the ring, and she was just milking it, she wasn't saying nothing, and then she's just like, restart the match. And the match gets restarted, and Big Slow chokeslam both Cena and Punk, and a lot of stuff happened, and After that, Cena hit the famous throw off the top, and then Punk hit Big Show with the knee 3 times, and after that, it's insane. And then finally, John Cena hits FU on Big Slow, and then CM Punk like moves Cena out the way, picks the bones, 1, 2, 3, your winner, and still WWE Champion CM Punk. And oh my God, I marked out like CM Punk. He was celebrating like he didn't give a rat's ass. He was all like, "Yeah, the best in the world once again." And I just loved it. Punk was too funny in the post celebration. That was the best part of the whole match. And now on to the main event, and I'm not even going to talk about the Kevin Rudolph concert. It was just pretty much unneeded, and of course, and with the Divas, that made it even worse, and people all fake dancing and stuff, and of course, Michael Cole freaking dance. That's what did for me. That's what like tuned me out. So, all right, main event time. All right, the main event. The reason we were all here tonight, Triple H going up against Brock Lesnar. And the match kicks off with, of course, Brock and Triple H brawling the hell. So pretty much this wasn't really a match, per se. It was a straight-up fight. And Lesnar slams Triple H onto the table, and pretty much Lesnar didn't do too much in this match. He didn't do like he did in Extreme Rules. And Triple H, was hitting. They were pretty much hitting their signature moves throughout the match, and I like that. I'll admit this one spot that Lesnar did, that super chop he did while he pushed the table. That was impressive for Lesnar, as big as he is. And when Triple H hit the pedigree, I almost thought Triple H was gonna win it, but he powered out, and then Brock Lesnar hit the F5, and then Triple H powers out 2 count, and then after the second F5 attempt, oh my God! And then pretty much Brock was just attacking Triple H's arm the whole time. I thought he could have done so much better there, but in the end, it kind of paid off because he finally locks in the Kimura lock, and surprisingly, Triple H had no choice but to tap out. And believe it or not, your winner, Brock Lesnar. And all I gotta say is, whatever your feelings about Brock, whether you hate his ass or you like him, he needed this win. He really did. I mean, he really lost some steam after the Extreme Rules loss earlier this year, but this helped him get his momentum back. But after the match, Triple H, I'm surprised he got "you tapped out" chance, but in the end, the crowd applauded, so did I. And surprisingly, Triple H, as much Triple H gets, for not putting people, he actually put someone over. That's surprising in itself, and that's how we end SummerSlam for this year. And for what it was, the show was an okay pay-per-view, but I will say it was a little better than last year, but they could have done so much more. But for what it was, I enjoyed the show. And alright, anyways, this is your boy RKO25A2 signing off. And I can't wait for Raw tomorrow night, especially with, Brock Lesnar being the victor. And I know he's going to brag about his victory. So, once again, your boy, take care and good night.